Hey everyone, I'm Brett and this is Katie.
I can't introduce myself.
Hey everyone, I'm Brett.
I'm Katie.
And welcome to our review of One Night Ultimate Werewolf.
Woo!
And we're going to kind of review every card in the game, every role, I guess.
Yes.
So let's do an overall view. I have to say, by far, this is probably my favorite game.
Hands down, of all time, ever.
Yeah, probably.
Case closed.
I think all of them.
I agree.
I think all of them together make my favorite game of all time.
Oh yeah, not just this box.
But out of the One Night Ultimates, this is my favorite.
Really?
I think they go in. I think they go in order. I think it's one is my number 1, 2 is my number 2, 3 is my number 3, and 4 is my number 4.
Wow.
Though Daybreak is really good. We're gonna get.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't know. 1 and 2 are really good.
But here's the deal. Here's the difference between Daybreak and One Night.
Give it to me.
I believe Daybreak doesn't work as well by itself. Like, if you only had the money for one game,
True.
you gotta go for this.
Yep.
This is the OG. This is the original. This has everything you need.
Yep.
Daybreak, it does work by itself technically, but I think you're gonna have more fun with this game.
Agreed.
So, yeah, it's really great. I will say you should use the app with it. The app makes it much better.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to review every single card separately.
Yep.
So this game comes with 2 werewolves. Classic.
Classic werewolf cards.
Yeah.
And let me say I am very familiar with them. It seems like I am almost always a werewolf.
Yeah, the werewolf.
Can we pull the stats on that, please?
You can't-
Because I feel like I am like more than 50% of the time a werewolf.
You can't go wrong with the werewolf. The werewolf wakes up and can look at the other werewolf. If they're alone, they can look at a card from the center.
Which is helpful, unless you look at another werewolf card.
Yes, that sucks.
Then you're out of luck. Which
But-
has also happened to me
but
many of times.
Compared to the other bad guys, I feel like the vampire is a little overpowered because they turn someone else into a vampire.
And
They don't get to look at any center cards or anything.
That's true.
The alien is totally random, so who knows what's up with them.
Yep.
So, I like the werewolf card a lot. It's probably our most used card in any ever.
Probably.
We use it a bunch.
Yep.
Can't say anything bad about it.
Other than they're bad guys.
Uh-oh.
But they're nice.
Yeah. I think when you're a vampire, it's a little easier because you've turned someone else into a vampire. You can give them a little wink, wink. Plus, you have the count and you have the master.
Well, don't get into those
I don't
yet.
need to get in this game. But the werewolf, it seems really balanced with, like, they can get a lot of information, but they can be screwed over because it's not like they get to look at other people's cards.
It's true.
Oh, someone's trying to catch a werewolf out there.
I don't know if the microphone heard that, but yeah. Anyway.
Then on the werewolf team, you get a minion. The minion's really cool. They can die for the werewolf.
Correct.
I think when you have the minion in the game, it adds a whole nother level of, like, do I believe this person?
Yeah.
'Cause-
It's a lot of deception.
Because the minion will try to act shady, so you vote for them. But it's a good tactic as a werewolf to act shady too, so
Right.
then someone's going to be like, well, are they playing a minion? Like, what the heck is happening here?
Right, and then if you're playing with a minion and you're a werewolf, like while you're hearing everybody else's story, you're trying to like keep an ear out for someone that might be on your team.
Yeah, because
but-
the minion gets to see who the werewolves are, but the werewolves don't get to see who the minion is. So I think it's really fun. Might he be a little overpowered? No, I don't think so.
They just know who the
Because with the
werewolves
other cards in the game, like Robber and Troublemaker and Seer,
Seer's my favorite, I think.
ever?
Either that or the witch, which is in another pack. But
Let's get into a card we don't use too often, the Hunter.
Never use.
So the Hunter doesn't ever wake up. What they get to do is, a lot of people get this rule mixed up. If they die, if they end up dying at the end of the night, whoever they're pointing at dies with them.
Yep.
So yeah, if everyone's voting for me and I was voting for Katie and I'm the Hunter, Katie would die with me. If she was a werewolf, hey, villagers would win, even though we voted for a werewolf.
Correct.
The Hunter doesn't get to kill whoever. It's not like whoever he votes for dies.
Right.
Some people think that's the rule, when it's not.
It's not.
But yeah, we don't use it.
Not really. I
Because-
think we've used it maybe once or twice.
Because it's interesting. It's like you have to know who the werewolf is. If you can just figure out who the werewolf is and then vote for him, coolio. But if no one is believing you, then you have to pretend you're the werewolf, and then you have to know who the werewolf is.
Right.
So it just seems like an extra card. It seems like a villager that gets to do a little bit more.
After everything's said and done.
Yeah.
Which is not really fun. But yeah.
Oh, we don't use it a bunch. Drunk. Drunk gets to, or has to, take a card from the middle and switch it with them. Doesn't get to look at
I
it.
feel like we used to use him a lot more. We haven't really played.
No, we're trying to bring back the classic cards some more.
Yeah.
But the drunk, I think, is fun. Adds a whole new element to it because usually a werewolf gets to look at the center. Usually the seer looks at the center. If you add exposer or actually exposer wouldn't really do much.
Exposer would probably flip over.
The drunk card.
The drunk card.
I'm trying to think what other cards get to look at the center.
The drunk card honestly scares me because
Copycat.
like there's already an element of like not knowing what's going to happen in this game, but the drunk just takes it to the next level because there's no way you could ever know what your card is.
Yeah, drunk is usually what werewolves claim to be,
right?
Or someone else claims to be.
Yeah, also a scapegoat card. Yeah.
I like it though.
No, I don't.
Fun card.
I don't.
I like it being in the game.
I don't like when I have it.
Then we have the robber, classic.
Classic.
A classic card.
Classic.
They get to steal someone. They may get to steal someone's card and get to look at it. Robber's tons of fun. You get information.
You get a little whip swap.
It kind of sucks when you steal a villager's card because you don't get much. I think it's more fun when you steal a werewolf card.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you steal a villager card, all you do is
You can like.
You can be like,
corroborate
hey,
each other's story, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't. Oh. I love that. I like the cards. Probably always going to be in our games. That or Troublemaker. Or both. Will always be in our games.
Speaking of.
No.
Oh, just kidding.
Another very classic card, Seer.
Seer, that's one of my faves.
Seer's fun. They can look at a player's card, or they can look at two in the center. Now, you always...
Yeah, why would you ever look at a player's card, which is
know.
one,
because if you see the...
where you could look at two in the middle, like, common sense, yeah.
As a Seer, you can... If you see the werewolf, boom, game over, kind of.
No, because the Seer goes in the beginning, and swaps happen.
But, yeah, then you could follow
So you
it.
just know a werewolf's out there. Cool. Like,
As a Seer...
statistically, of course a werewolf.
I will say, as a Seer, my tactic usually is to look at two of the center cards, and then claim one of them.
Yes.
Right. So if you see a Troublemaker in the center, you're going to claim Troublemaker.
Correct. Which normally makes people also confess to what they did after you claim that you moved their
That works. And usually a werewolf, after everyone says what they are, will be like, I was the Seer. And then you go, ha, ha!
Just kidding, I was the Seer.
And then you just have to be confident about it.
Or you just have to be Brett Mounts, in which case everybody just assumes that that's your strategy, because it is.
I change it up, though.
Do you?
Sometimes I look at other people's cards. I haven't been the Seer in a long time, so I don't know why I'm saying it. All right, and then we have Troublemaker. Troublemaker may switch.
Look at that foxy redhead.
May switch two players' cards.
Yes.
A classic.
She can't look at them, though.
She cannot look at them.
Correct.
I feel like for a game to be fun, you need to have moving cards.
Correct. Yeah.
Switcheroo cards.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just boring. I feel like the last round of games that we played, like a couple weeks ago, we all flipped our cards over at the end, and we're like, oh, no one moved other than drunk.
Yeah, because we played
Real boring.
Werewolf in our last videos. If you watch, we only had the Gremlin in. And so if the Gremlin was in the center, nothing moved around.
Yeah, which was boring.
But what's cool, I can get into Gremlin later. Down the line, see in a couple of videos. So Troublemaker, gotta have it.
Right.
Love it.
Yeah.
Then we have the Insomniac.
Another cute little lady.
So the Insomniac wakes up at the end.
She's a teddy bear.
Very close to the end. I don't remember if Mortician or whatever go after them.
Does she wake up, though? That's what I want to
So she wakes up.
Does she, though?
At least she stops dozing off. I don't
She's
know.
not dozing off, though. She's an insomniac. She literally
She's
can't
not
go
pretending
to
to sleep anymore.
Oh,
So
okay.
she wakes up and may look at her own card. I think Troublemaker is a tricky one.
Troublemaker or Insomniac?
Insomniac.
Okay.
Let me say the right card.
I tried to. You're welcome.
So here's my problem with Insomniac. Not that I hate the card.
Okay.
When you get it.
Yeah.
So if you're the Insomniac, you wake up and you see the Insomniac, boom, boring round. You're just like, I'm the Insomniac. I have no information.
Right.
You're basically a villager that knows you're still a villager.
Which is nice.
Nice, but boring.
Yeah.
And let's say, so if you wake up and you see you're another villager card, like Robber or Troublemaker, that's nice too.
Correct.
Because you can be like, hey, I woke up as a Troublemaker, which you probably wouldn't, because if Troublemaker was troubling, dude.
Unless a robber troublemaker after them. Or
That's
robbed
very
after
true.
them.
Before them.
Whatever.
Okay, but here's the hard part. If you're in the Insomniac and you wake up and you see that you've become a werewolf,
Yeah, you're out of luck.
what do? Because you can't claim that you're still the Insomniac, because then the Troublemaker, whoever gave you that card, it's mainly Troublemaker or Gremlin or Rascal, they would be like, I swapped your card, you must be a werewolf.
Yeah.
But then it's like, what do you claim? Unless you wake up and just be like, okay, I saw the rock. Like, you just gotta lie and be like, because you know cards.
Well, yeah, but like Gremlin or Troublemaker, like they don't know what they're swapping.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't claim Insomniac. I would sit that one back, hear what the other cards are being claimed as, and then claim something that is not spoken for already.
It's just worrisome because the Troublemaker knows they swapped your card.
Correct.
So if you can't say I'm still the Insomniac. If you want to, you can be. So if you lie and say, "Hey, I'm the drunk now,"
yeah,
and you know
drunk's in play.
But if you know it's a werewolf, that way the person coming out can't be like, "No, I was a werewolf." I can be like, "You're lying because you know you're a werewolf now." I don't know. That's maybe the strategy I would go.
I don't know. I'd have to play it to see.
Okay, let's get into the two Masons.
AKA super boring cards.
So if you're gonna play with a Mason, you need to have both of them in the game. That's the problem. It's like it's not like you're adding one card.
Taking up 2 roles.
2 spots. And all the Masons do is they wake up in the middle of the game and they look at each other. Kind of like the werewolves, but they don't get to look at any center cards.
No. And they are villagers.
This is good if you're playing with a huge group.
Yeah. If we had 12 people, I would definitely play with 2 Masons.
So this card's good for if you have like later in the game the Aura Seer. Mm-hmm. The Aura Seer gets to look and see who looked at cards.
Oh yeah.
And it's nice to have some cards that don't get to look at stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a card with less information is probably better for your games, because if you have all Seers and Aura Seers and Witches and all that stuff,
it's a lot of overpowered.
It's a lot of information. You're gonna figure out who the werewolf is real quick.
Yeah.
It's nice for the villagers, but you want to have a fun game, right? You want to have the game's about lying.
Is that why you love it?
It's about bluffing.
Yeah, it's about deceiving your friends.
So then we have the Tanner.
Ooh.
The Tanner never wakes up,
No,
though.
really
Still very fun, I think.
Yeah, he's all right.
The Tanner only wins if they die.
I remember when I first started playing, like 2 years ago or whatever, 3 years ago. I hated the Tanner card though, because I feel like I didn't understand it. Maybe because like the concept of it being on its own team was like beyond my head. But I feel like as the Tanner, I still wanted the villagers to win.
No.
I know that now, but that's how I used to think. So nowadays, like as the Tanner, yeah, I have a whole different strategy where I like either claim to be like a werewolf or I just like look really shady and I don't know. But yeah, the Tanner's fun now, but I feel like I still
the Tanner's interesting because you can't just outright say you're the Tanner, because the villagers will lose if they vote for you. They need to kill a werewolf.
I mean, you could. That'd be a strategy. I in one video in the past, I claimed to be a werewolf when I was a werewolf, and you guys didn't vote for me.
That is true.
So
especially if the Tanner is in play.
Yeah.
The Tanner's not in play, we're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Then we have the craziness Doppelganger.
Ooh, she doubles your game length. Hate her.
should be double gamer.
Double gamer, yeah. Double ganger.
So the Doppelganger wakes up and may look at another player's card. Then they become that card. So they get to do that action. For the most part, in the original game, it's right then. They will rob, they will troublemaker, they will... Not Insomniac, but they will see. And if they're werewolves, they wake up with the werewolves, so that's fun. The problem is, when we add all the other games in, it makes the night phase super long. And... Which might make the game more fun, but it's so boring.
But you're just sitting there with your eyes closed thinking, like, there's no way that we have a doppelganger exposer or a doppelganger whatever other tiny...
So it's a double-edged sword, I think, because it adds this element of craziness to the game that's super fun, but makes the game the night phase super long. And you just get kind of bored, and I don't know.
Like, I really want to take a nap during
I really like the card. Maybe if we have less...
smaller... I would say Doppelganger is perfect for a smaller group of people.
Yeah, and especially if you have less cards that wake up and do stuff. Like, even if, like, the Masons, then you have 3 Masons, that's kind of fun. Yeah. You're like, hey, there's 3 of us.
Triplets!
Yeah.
That's fun. I don't think that's ever happened before.
I feel like it has. We've had 3 werewolves in the game.
With you, me, and Ed. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite videos.
So let's get into probably our least favorite cards ever.
Hate them with a passion. They are the scapegoat cards.
The 3 villagers.
We never play with villagers anymore. Do you want to know why?
I think we should.
Because everyone claims that they're villagers when we play with villagers. Like, without a fail, everyone's like, oh, I'm a villager. No! You cannot be villagers. Not everyone can be I hate the villager card.
I feel like we need
over.
I feel like we need to play with the villager more.
No.
Because this game is all about bluffing, and it's all about who can you tell is bluffing, and the villager is exactly that. So if you If you play a 3-person game with 2 werewolves and 3 villagers, then it's all just about like
so boring.
It's all just about
no one
who's telling the
cards.
truth.
No one. It's so boring. I remember
that would be the most boring game. 2 villagers and 3 villagers and 2 werewolves.
It's just like Russian roulette. Like who picked the werewolf card? Like
exactly.
They're dead. I remember we started a game with someone that was new to the game. It was redundant, but whatever. And they got a villager card in their first round, and I felt so bad for them because they just close their eyes, don't do anything, and they wake up and they're like,
definitely sucks to be a villager. But
like,
I think it's a different. It adds a different aspect to the game that maybe we should add back.
Yes. Well, maybe no. I stand my ground.
But then again, I love all these cards, other than really the hunter and the villager in the Masons.
I don't like the villagers. The Doppelganger just makes my life longer. Does she? No, she makes my life shorter because she takes away my time. That's fine. And the drunk gives me anxiety.
So it sounds like you don't like this game. But
I love this game, but they're like these cards are the scapegoat cards. This card freaks me out because I don't know what I'm going to be, and then that one just is a boring one. So, but I love the Seer. The Insomniac's fun. Tanner's cool. Gives me like a weird way to think. Troublemaker, robber, you can't go wrong. Minion's interesting. I don't have enough experience with the hunter.
No, maybe we should put the hunter into some more games.
Okay.
That's how we feel about One Night Werewolf OG, the best game of the series, I think. Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
If you're looking to buy one of the games, definitely start here.
Yes, it is approximately $24.95 at your local retailer where games are sold.
You can get it at Target. You can get it at Barnes & Nobles.
Are they sponsored?
You can get it at Amazon. You can go to the BezierWebsite.com. The Bezier website. Do not buy... Listen to me, guys. Do not buy the base games on Bezier's website.
Why?
For some reason, sometimes the games are like $50. Do not pay $50 or $40 for this game. You can get them on sale on Amazon for like $8 sometimes if you get them at the right time.
Did you do that?
The first game, no, I bought it at Target, I believe, which is like $25 at Target.
A little bit more information about.
I will say Amazon is definitely a place to
go.
go.
The base game. It's ideal for 3 to 10 players. It takes approximately 10 minutes to do one round, and it's better for 8 and up. So sorry, 7-year-olds.
Yeah, the perfect
grow up.
6 or 7 is probably the ideal group. Even 8, 6 through 8, I think.
I feel like 5 is good too.
5's good, but I feel like ideally you want 6 through 8.
Okay.
But that's how we feel about One Night Werewolf. Tell me how you feel either in the comments below or on my Discord. The Discord link is in the chat, is in the description.
Sure.
You can chat with me directly. You can say, "Hey, Brett, you're goofy," and I'll be like, yeah, you're right about that. Or you can say something else.
Or do that on Twitter. Do you put your Twitter and everything down there too?
No, but you can talk to me on Twitter at BrettCM82.
Perfect.
Though, yeah, I think the Discord's the best place to talk to me. Plus, there's a One Night Ultimate Werewolf channel where if you have any questions, you're like, I don't know how to do the dang Aura Seer. There's like 5 people there. Like, it's a small group already, and every time I've had a question, they all help me out.
Aww.
We had questions about the Squire. I was kind of confused about how the Squire worked. So, it's a great group there. That's how we feel about One Night Werewolf. See ya later.